Welcome to practice. As always, make sure you have everything that you might need. A couple of yoga blocks is always a good idea, but if you don't have any, that's okay, we'll make it work. If you have anything else at home, like books or Tupperware containers, you can always get creative. When you're ready, come find a comfortable seat and you can close down the eyes or start to soften the gaze. Give the shoulders a little roll out and take any other movement through the head and the neck or the arms before welcoming in some stillness. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Finding a few quiet rounds of breath as you settle in. Softening your face, your shoulders, your belly. Finding a little more hide in your seat. And now connecting with the breath. We'll begin practice with Prakasha Pranayama. Prakasha meaning light. This practice is called breath of light. The technique is 7 small sips of air through the nose, and this will equal 1 long inhale. And the exhale will simply be long and slow all the way back to the bottom. For your drishti, or your gaze, internal, you can place it just in the center of the chest to begin. And I'll provide another option as we continue to move forward. Close the eyes down or soften the gaze again if you happen to open up the eyes, and adjust the seat as you need. And then begin to release the breath all the way to the bottom. Awareness is in the center of the chest. Take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. Okay, now 7 small sips of air through the nose. And a long exhale. Continue. So you'll start to work at a rhythm that is comfortable for you. Your sips might be quite quick or they might be slow. You want to feel like you've reached the top of an inhale when you get to that 7th sip, but not bursting with breath. Mindful of tension creeping in anywhere else in the body. And mindful too of jumping shoulders. Keep the body quite still. Let the movement happen in the belly and the ribs as you welcome in the breath. Starting to welcome and acknowledge a sense of lightness being created around the chest. A bridging sensation between the chest and the crown of the head. Whilst this practice has a lovely, warming and energizing quality to it, it also is used as a balancing pranayama. Of course, take a break whenever you need. And if it doesn't feel like it's resonating, that's okay. Just find a few quiet breaths. For the last couple of rounds, if you'd like to try a moving drishti, come to focus your attention at the base of the spine, and with each sip of breath start to travel up the spine all the way to the crown of the head or just above. And then on the exhale, travel the awareness back down to the base of the spine. Last few rounds. Complete the round that you're on. Take 1 more after that. And you'll let it go after an exhale. Bring the hands to Anjali Mudra, Prayer in front of the chest, or stack the hands over the center of the chest. Bow the chin towards the heart and lift the heart up towards the chin. Take a moment to acknowledge your space, acknowledge yourself. Deep breath in and out the mouth. Blinking open your eyes and finding your way into all fours, tabletop position. Straight away, turn your fingers out to the sides of the mat and your thumbs forward. Go for a little rock from left to right as we welcome a bit of heat into the wrist. You can stay here or turn the fingers to the knees, thumbs face out, and start to rock forwards and backwards. Not looking for really intense sensation here, might be quite light. You want to lift your body weight away from the mat. And release slowly, turn the fingers forward. Just give one hand at a time a little shake out. And then come back, two palms on the mat, fingers spread nice and wide. Inhale to sink the belly, arch the spine, lift the crown of the head. And exhale to curl and round as you push away from the mat. Once more, inhale, sink the belly, arch the spine, lift the crown of the head, cow pose. And exhale to curl and round into cat. Come back through a neutral spine and tuck your toes under. Take a breath in and then just hover your knees slightly off the mat on the exhale. So keep the arms long, upper back broad, back of neck long too. Your knees are a few millimeters away from the earth. See if you can bring them a little bit closer without touching, and hold. Just choose one thing to look at. Welcoming some heat, okay, through arms, legs and core, holding for 5. Deep breath in and slowly lower the knees as you exhale. Send your left leg back behind you now, but just press into the ball of the foot. So ball of the foot's on the mat, and guiding your heel back to find length through your low leg and calf. If you want more push to the hands, lift the right knee, kind of like a half down dog. One more breath. Bring the right knee back down if it's lifted, and we'll pivot into a supported side plank. So take your right toes out behind you, come onto the inside of your left foot, and then take your left hand up to the sky. And if available, you can push down into the sole of the left foot. Okay, look straight ahead, or look down, or look up. If you want a little more stretch through the side body, take the left arm overhead, palm down. You can even bend your supporting elbow to find a little more arc there through the left side of the body. Take the left hand back up to the sky and then hover the left foot around hip height. Okay, wait till you find your balance. And you can stay or bend the left knee, reach the left hand back and catch the ankle or the foot. And a little kick back as you curl your tail under, so there's some awareness in the core. Again, you might look down. Open up the thigh, the left shoulder. Breath in, breath out. If you've got the bind, let it go. Kick out first. Take the left hand up, breath in. Left hand comes down, exhale, and left toes return to the back of the mat. Keep the leg long. Inhale the right hand to the sky, open the chest to the right, and exhale to thread the needle, bring the right arm in underneath the left. Line the shoulder, outer arm, and temple to the mat. You can keep your left hand where it is, or you can take it a little further forward, maybe all the way out to long. If you want to challenge your balance, you want to keep rolling your left hip forward, flex the foot and slowly lift your heel up towards the sky. So the trick is to keep rolling your hip forward. Can feel more stable with the left hand there beside the face instead of out long. One more breath in. Long breath out. If the foot's lifted, place it down at the back of the mat. Left hand beside the face. Inhale, right hand up to sky, open up. And exhale, right hand comes down. Pick up the left foot again, this time hover it around hip height, looking between the hands. Option to take the right arm forward as well. Take a breath in. Elbow, knee come together, or knee to nose come together, exhale. Inhale to extend. And exhale to curl, draw in around the spine. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, bring it in, hold. One breath in. One breath out. And inhale, go long again. You can stay here and hold the balance or bend the left knee. Right arm does a big circle up and back, looking for the foot or the ankle. And then little flex of the foot. As you kick the foot back, draw the chest forward, open the right shoulder. And again, just a bit of awareness in the belly. One more breath in. Steady exhale. If you've got the bind, kick back and reach forward. Breath in. Knee, hand to mat, exhale. Have a quick little roll around. You can take circles with the hips. You can release your left wrist. Any other movement through the spine. And we'll take all of that over to the other side. From all fours, tuck the toes, breath in, and hover the knees, exhale, little reset. Long arms, strong legs, strong core. For 3, breath in, breath out, lower your knees. Take your right leg back long, just push into the ball of the foot. Start to lengthen through the low leg and the calf. For more, pick up your left knee in a half down dog. Okay, take a breath. If your left knee's up, gently place it down and pivot into your supported side plank. Left toes out behind you. You can come onto the inside of the right foot, take the right hand up to the sky, and you might push into the sole of the right foot if available. Option to take the right arm long overhead with your palm facing down to find a little more space there through the side of the body. Okay, option 2 to bend the supporting arm to arc and rainbow the right side waist. Full breath in. Long breath out. Take the right arm back up to sky and then hover the right foot around hip height. You can stay here or bend the right knee. Right hand reaches back to find the ankle or the foot and little kick back as you open the thigh in front of the hip. Curl the tail under a little bit. Okay, mindful of the gaze long through the neck. Breath in. Breath out. Let go of the foot if you have it. Kick out long. Take the right hand up. Find a breath in. And then right hand comes down as the right toes come back to the back of the mat as you exhale. Good. Left hand up toward the sky now. Inhale, open the chest to the left. And then thread your needle. Exhale, left arm in underneath the right. And you can pop the side of the head, the outer arm, all the way down. So again, you can take your right arm long or keep it as it is. If you're going to lift your foot, recommend keeping it near the face. If you'd like to lift the foot, flex through your right foot, slowly lift from the heel. Keep rolling your right hip down towards the ground to prevent you from falling backwards. Breath in. Breath out. Last inhale. Slowly lower the toes if they're lifted. Exhale. Your right hand will be beside the face. And inhale, take the left hand all the way back up to the sky. Peel open. And exhale to land. Left hand back to the mat. Okay, hover the right foot now at hip height. And you can look down between the hands. Option to take the left hand forward as well. Breath in. Elbow, knee, or knee, nose. Exhale. Inhale, go long. And exhale to curl in. Tight little ball, push away from the mat. Inhale, go long. And exhale, pull in and hold. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale, extend and hold here. Play with balance or bend the right knee. Left arm does a big circle up and around, looking for your ankle or your foot. And then little kick back as you let your left shoulder open. Your right knee points straight back behind you, picking up the belly just a little. Breath in, breath out. If you've got the foot, carefully let it go. Kick back, reach long, breath in, and then hand and knee come down, exhale. Again, just take a moment, little circle through the hips, quick cat-cow, release the right wrist. And then tuck the toes as you breathe in, downward facing dog on the exhale. Have a pedal out, lift and lower your heels a couple of times. We're going to then bend the knees a lot and walk our hands to the feet so we can dangle the body forward over the legs. You can take the feet out a bit wider, maybe grab opposite elbows and have a sway from side to side, nodding the head yes and no, shrugging the shoulders, Transferring or shifting the weight from left to right, forward and back, just getting to know the feet a little bit. Last full round of breath. Hands to the shins, and inhale to lift halfway. Spread the chest, draw the chest forward, keep the neck long, and exhale, forward fold. Begin to walk it forward to plank pose, hands back to the top of the mat, and you can drop your knees or keep them up to you, but long, strong arms, okay, long, strong legs if you're on your toes, and either way, little curl under of the tail, just enough. Feel the belly switch on, holding for 5. You might look at the top of the mat. Breath in, breath out. Bring the shoulders forward now, inhale. Bend the elbows, come down to the belly as you exhale. Take your fingertips wide, turn the elbows up to the sky. And inhale to unravel as you lift up towards the sky with your head and your heart. Exhale, lay the body back down, stretch it forward as you come down to the mat. Inhale, roll up, striking cobra. Exhale, wave back to belly. Inhale to rise up, and exhale, twist to the left by dropping the right shoulder to the midline of the mat and looking over the left elbow. Inhale to rise, and exhale, twist to the right by dropping the left shoulder, looking over right elbow. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, wave back to belly. Child's pose, take the knees wide, the big toes together, and press your hips to your heels, bring the forehead down to the mat. You can walk your fingers a little further forward, maybe even pop up the elbows too, invite in a bit of activity, and wrap the triceps down, dropping the chest to the mat. Big breath in. Long exhale. Inhale to rise through all fours, tuck the toes, and exhale to float the hips up for downward facing dog. This time bend the knees as much as you need as you begin to walk forward. We'll meet at the top of the mat. Hands onto shins, inhale to lift halfway, and exhale to forward fold. Bend the knees, begin to roll up, unraveling bit by bit. Hands up, palms together, inhale. Hands to heart center, exhale. Take a moment, full round of breath. Eyes are open now. Inhale, hands reach towards the sky. And exhale to bend the knees and fold forward slowly. Lift halfway, breath in. Exhale to fold and step the left foot to the back of the mat. Lower the left knee down. Inhale, hands reach towards the sky, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Okay, 2 strong legs. Bring the tail under just a little. Fingers up towards the ceiling, inhale. Take a twist to the right as you exhale, pull the belly in, or open the chest, maybe look over the right thumb. Okay, right hand to the low back now, inhale, left hand up to exalt your shape, like you're a crescent moon. You might look up, chin in, or you might look down towards the right. Hold for a breath in, lean the belly forward, exhale, cartwheel your hands and frame your right foot. Inhale to lift the chest, peel it open. Exhale to send the hips back for half split, straighten the right leg. Holding here, you can point and flex your right foot a couple of times. You can bend and straighten the knee as well, just settling in. Know that you can use blocks under hands or any other props, okay, to make the shape a little more accessible. We'll come back to meet, send the hips back, bring the heart forward, breath in. And hold, exhale. Rebend the right knee, shift forward. You're going to keep a narrow stance. Take the left hand a bit wider and inhale the right hand to the sky. And you can bring the right hand to the inside of your right thigh. Roll to the outer blade of the foot and let the knee wing out to the side. You can lean away from your thigh just a little bit, lifting the crown of the head up. Breath in. Breath out. Bring the sole of the right foot back to the mat and the right hand back to the outside of the foot. Pick up the left knee for runner's lunge. Take a breath in. And then send the right hand up to the sky for a simple twist. Exhale. Keep picking up from your left hip and then rotating from your chest. Inhale. Right hand comes to the mat. Exhale. Step the right foot back carefully. Take the feet hip-width distance apart. And send your heels to the right hand side and your left hand up to the sky for a side plank. Right knee can come down into a supported variation. and left foot lifting up towards the ceiling. So push away from the ground, lift up through your outer left waist. Remember, you can do this with your right knee down. Breath in, breath out. Inhale. Carefully make your way into plank pose as you exhale. Drop the knees, drop to forearms, and you can interlace your hands and your fingers if you like. And then you can stay down on your knees and curl the tail, bring the shoulders a little further forward, or tuck the toes and pick up your hips and your knees. Okay, feeling a lot of strength there through the core, pushing into the forearms, elbows, and driving a little more space between the shoulder blades. Steady breaths. Holding for another 3. Okay, can you, one hand at a time, press back up to plank pose. Hold, breath in. Stay, breath out. Shoulders forward, inhale. Lower all the way to belly, exhale. Bring the forehead down, take the arms along beside you, palms face down. Start to push into the pubic bone, squeeze the shoulder blades, and inhale, lift your heart, your head, and your hands, a half locust. Fingers back, tip of the nose forward. Maybe looking to the top edge of the mat. Breath in. And release, exhale. Just pop one cheek down. Let the shoulders roll forward, turn the palms to the sky, and breathe into the upper back. Inhale. Exhale. Forehead comes down, turn the palms down, push into the pelvis. Inhale, lift heart, head, and hands. Round 2. Try and squeeze your shoulder blades a little closer together, and then pull the shoulders back from the ears. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale. And release. Exhale, palms up, opposite cheek comes down, shoulders forward, breathe into the upper back. Inhale. Exhale. Forehead to the mat, hands underneath shoulders, and press back child's pose, knees nice and wide, hips to heels. Breath in. Breath out. Rise through all fours, take an inhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog, exhale. Inhale to take the right leg up, 3-legged down dog, and exhale to peel open for a scorpion tail, so heel to sitting bone, knee up to sky, steady the weight there between the hands. Take a breath in. Bring the right knee across the body to tap the left elbow. Exhale, keep pushing away from the mat. Inhale, take it up to the sky, 3-legged down dog, square off the hips. And now knee to the nose, exhale, tiger curl, before stepping in between the hands. Looking to the top of the mat, lean forward into the right foot, breath in, and then lift the left foot up, capital L, exhale. Hands on blocks is really helpful, or hands under shoulders, and you can be up on your fingertips. Close off the hip by rolling the left hip down, big toe down, heel back, really strong behind you. Inhale. Left foot next to right, exhale, forward fold. Hands to shins, inhale, lift halfway. And exhale, forward fold. Then the knees rise to stand, inhale, palms together overhead. And exhale, hands to heart center. Feet hip-width distance apart. Find something on the floor that's not moving and steady your eye gaze. Shift your weight into the left foot. Inhale, bring the right knee up. Hands can be at heart. Take the right knee out wide, floating tree pose, and then come into tree pose. Sole of the right foot either down towards the ground, maybe standing on top of the left foot, at the ankle calf, or you can help it into the inner thigh. Once you feel like you found your balance, you can play with your branches, taking the arms up and wide, or together overhead. If you'd like to flirt with your balance, you might look through the eyelashes, or close the eyes completely just for a moment. Feel the ankle doing its thing. One more round of breath. Hands to heart center. Inhale, right knee to the chest. Exhale, kick the foot forward, flex the toes. Stand tall, option hands up to the sky. Don't worry about how high the foot is. Try and lean the belly a little closer to the thigh. Hold for 3. For 2. Breath in. And exhale, release. Feet together, hands to heart center. Inhale, hands reach towards the sky. And exhale, slowly fold it forward. Bend the knees as you come down. Lift halfway, inhale. Exhale, fold and step the right foot to the back of the mat. Pop the right knee down gently. Hands up to the sky, inhale, low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Soften at the shoulders. Lengthen through the lower back. Breath in. Twist to the left, exhale. Pull the belly in, wrap the heart to the left, maybe look over the left thumb. Left hand low back, inhale, right hand up to exalt like you're moving over a beach ball. Heart to the sky, look up, chin in, or look down to the left. Hips can go forward nice and slow. 2 strong legs, last breath in. Lean forward, exhale, hands cartwheel to the mat. Open up the chest, inhale. Half splits, exhale, straighten the left leg, send the hips back. Couple of rounds of breath as you settle. Make any adjustments. You can point and flex a few times. Bend and straighten a few times. Send the heel further forward or further out. And add props. You can bring the shoulder blades just a little closer together. Sense of opening or sense of breadth for the collarbones. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale, begin to roll forward, rebend the left knee. I'm going to keep the narrow stance, right hand a bit wider. Inhale to take the left hand up towards the sky, finding a sort of tight twist. And then bring the left hand to the inside of the left thigh. Roll to the outer blade of the left foot. Keep the foot flexed as you draw the knee out. Lean away from the thigh. Lift up through the head. Breath in. And out. Slowly flatten your left foot back to the mat and pop the left hand to the outside of the foot. Pick up the right knee for a runner's lunge. Take a breath in. Then take the left hand up to the sky for a simple twist exhale. See if you can pick up your right hip and then twist, rotate from the chest. Inhale. Left hand to the mat. Exhale. Step it back, plank pose. Taking your feet hip-width distance apart and roll your heels to the left. And inhale your right hand up towards the sky, Vashisthasana, side plank. Bottom knee can come down and or top foot can float up. Squeeze through your bottom waist to lift up through the outer right hip. Finding something steady to gaze upon. Breath in. Breath out. And then calmly into a plank pose. You might land your knees first, bring the shoulders a little further forward, inhale, and then lower all the way to belly, exhale. Arms long, palms face down, so fingers toward back of mat. Crown of the head, or forehead comes down to the mat, squeezing through the shoulder blades. And inhale, locust pose, Shalabhasana. Lift the heart, the hands, the head. An option to lift up through your feet as well. You can point your toes if it helps you find a bit more length. It's okay if your feet go a little bit wider. You're feeling the whole back of the body engage as you lift away from the earth. Holding for 5. Deep breath in. Long exhale. Last breath. Inhale. And release down. Exhale, palms up. Place the cheek down, let the shoulders roll forward. 3 breaths. You can close the eyes if that's comfortable. Soften at the upper back. If you feel any discomfort in your lower back, give your hips a little wiggle. Okay, when you're ready, child's pose. Knees wide, big toes together. Hips to heels, forehead comes down. Breath in. Nose or mouth, exhale. Rise through all 4s, breath in, tuck the toes, downward facing dog, exhale, send the hips up and back. Okay, inhale your left leg up, 3-legged down dog, and exhale to a scorpion tail. So lift the knee up as you bring your heel towards your sitting bone, opening your hips to the left, but stabilize the weight there as best you can between the hands. Inhale. Left knee, right elbow, exhale. So thread it underneath, take it all the way across, push away from the mat, and inhale, send it back up, squaring off the hips. Exhale, knee to nose, curl forward, step in between your hands. Looking toward your fingertips or top of mat, lean into the left foot, breath in, pick up the right foot, capital L, exhale. Now hands to blocks or under shoulders on the fingertips. Okay, is a good support. And then roll the right hip to close off. Heel back, big toe down. Breath in. And feet together, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, rise to stand, hands together overhead. And hands to heart center. Feet hip width distance apart. Find something to look at. Take the weight into the right foot. Inhale to bring the left knee up, hands can meet at heart. And exhale, take the knee wide for a floating tree. Tree pose, left foot towards the earth or the top of the right foot, ankle, calf, or help it up into the inner thigh. Wait until you find your balance, and then welcome to explore with branches, arms up and wide or palms together overhead. Slow down the breath. And if you wanted to flirt with balance, you can look through eyelashes. Or maybe close the eyes just for a moment. Hands back to heart center. And inhale, left knee to chest. Exhale, kick the heel forward, toes up. Option hands to sky to stand a bit taller. Try and bring your thigh and your navel a little bit closer. Don't worry about the height of the foot. Stand tall, stand strong in your right leg. Can we stay for another 3, 2, and 1. Feet together, hands to heart center. Inhale, hands sweep up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, step back to plank pose. With or without your knees down, shoulder heads forward, inhale. Lower halfway or the belly as you exhale. Find a back bend of choice, so from the belly, baby cobra, just lifting heart and head. Or upward facing dog, hovering the whole body, standing there on your hands and the tops of your feet. Breath in, down dog, hips up, breath out. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, reach the right leg up, 3-legged down dog. Exhale, knee to nose as you curl forward, step between the hands and rise up for a high lunge, crescent lunge. You can take your feet a bit wider or shorten the stance as you need for balance. Hands to heart center. Take a breath in and lean the weight into the right foot like a modified arrowhead. And exhale into a warrior 3, picking up the left heel, hovering it at hip height. Now hands can find blocks or reach them forward for a little bit more fire in the belly. Or of course, just keep them at heart center. If you feel wobbly, that's okay. Find something to focus on the earth. And then invite some activity and awareness through the whole body, fingertips to tippy toes. Have we got one more breath in? And exhale to warrior 2. Take the left toes to the back of the mat, then land the heel down. Open up the arms. Chest is open to the left, gaze is forward over the front middle finger. Maintain length through the right inner thigh, keeping the knee going towards the outer edge of the foot. And settle through the shoulders. Inhale, reverse, right arm up and back. And exhale to warrior 2. Straighten the right leg and take a long lean forward with a breath in. Triangle pose, exhale, Trikonasana. Right hand can use a block for support or come to the earth on the inside of the right foot. Or perhaps rest somewhere on the shin. Look up, look down, just find a comfortable place for the neck. Rotate your chest to the left, but you might bring your left hip forward to find some support for the low back. Breath in, breath out. If you're looking for extra spice today, take the left arm overhead, palm down. Take the right arm forward as well and hold something very heavy in between the hands. Feel the whole core sort of wrapping around. You can draw the tail under a bit more to find length. Inhale. Exhale. From where you are, rebend the right knee. Inhale, reverse warrior 2. Right arm goes up and back once again. And exhale, cartwheel your hands down to frame your right foot. Pop your left knee down gently. And bring your hands to the inside of the right foot. Take the right foot out wide for a low lizard. You might start with some little hip circles just to settle in before we drop the pelvis forward and down. On an inhale, lift up through the chest. No, you can use blocks for hands or use fingertips. And exhale to bend the elbows and take a little bow forward. Inhale, lengthen, lift up through the head. And exhale, take a bow forward. Inhale, lengthen, last time. And exhale, little bow forwards. Lengthen as you breathe in. Take the left hand out a little bit wider and inhale the right hand now towards the sky, twisting towards the right. You can stay here or lean the body weight forward a little bit, bend your left knee, reach the right hand back and catch the foot or the ankle, maybe a flex or a point of the foot. You can also wing the right knee out again wide by rolling onto the outer blade of the foot. Hold 2 rounds of breath. If you've got your foot, slowly release and bring the right hand back down towards the ground. And then simply heel and toe the right foot back into the inside of your right hand. Pick up your left knee, inhale to prepare. Pyramid pose, exhale, shorten your stance. Straighten the right leg, a little bit or a lot, and fold to the inner thigh. Again, blocks under hands, really helpful. Or bend one or both knees, keep it nice and light. Looking for length through the back of your right leg and hamstring. Elongate from hips to crown of head on a breath in. And fold the belly on a breath out. One more, inhale, lengthen. And exhale to fold. Take a little bend in the right knee so you can plant your palms down. Step the left foot all the way back and then the right foot back to meet it. Plank pose. Hold the plank breath in. Hips up, downward facing dog. Exhale. Left leg up, inhale, 3-legged down dog. Knee to nose, exhale, tiger curl. Step in between the hands. Rise up high, lunge. So a bit shorter or wider in the stance for stability. And then hands to heart. Lean into a modified arrowhead, right leg long, weight in the left foot. And then right heel up into warrior 3. Catch the breath as you catch the pose. Hands can come down for blocks or earth, stay, or shoot forward, palms facing. Invite awareness through whole body, long and strong. Breath in, breath out. Inhale, warrior 2, exhale. Right foot back of mat, then lower the heel. Open up the arms into a T shape. Look over the front middle finger. Heart is open to the right. Okay, 2 strong legs. You can sink into your hips if that feels good. Left knee staying toward the little toe side of the left foot. Inhale to reverse. Left arm up and back. And exhale for warrior 2. Straighten the left leg now. Take a long lean forward. Inhale. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Exhale. You can look up or down or somewhere in between. Feel free to shorten the stance if that feels better in the body. And find the breath. If you were looking for that fire, right arm long overhead, palm down, and then left arm forward, palm up. Hold something heavy. Right hip might come forward a bit more to support your lower back. Feel the whole core wrapping around. Strong shape, steady breath. Inhale. Exhale. From where you are, start to bend your left knee and then inhale to reverse warrior 2 again, left arm up and back. And exhale, hands cartwheel down to frame your left foot. Take the left foot out nice and wide, bring the right knee down to low lizard. Hands are now on the inside of your left foot. Have some little hip circles, okay, settling in there. And then hips forward and down. You can use blocks under the hands or come onto your fingertips. Take a breath in. And bend the elbows, bow it forward, exhale. Inhale, lengthen, lift up. And exhale, bow forward. Kind of lean forward at the same time. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, take a bow. Inhale, slowly lift up. Take the right hand out a bit wider and inhale the left hand to the sky to twist open to the left. You can stay or bend the right knee, reach the left hand back, see if you can find the foot or the ankle. Flex or a point there. Maybe even wing out through the left knee again, rolling onto the outer blade of the foot. 2 breaths wherever you are. If you've got that back foot, carefully let it go. Left hand comes back to the inside of the left foot. And bring the left foot back to the inside of the left hand. Pick up the right knee, take a breath in. Pyramid pose, exhale, shorten the stance, straighten the left leg and fold. Okay, use props to support yourself as needed or desired. So underhands. Bend one or both knees. Length from hips to head, breath in. And fold, exhale. Once more, inhale, find length. And exhale to fold. Bend the left knee enough so that you can plant the palms. Right foot all the way back, left foot all the way back, plank pose. Pop the knees down, bring the shoulder heads forward, breath in. And lower halfway down or to the belly as you exhale. Open up into a back bend of choice, upward facing dog or baby cobra. And downward facing dog, send the hips up towards the sky. Breath in. Exhale. Bend the knees, look forward. Walk, step or hop to the top of the mat. And then heel and toe your feet out wider than your hips. Turn your toes out and come down into Malasana, your squat. So heels might be up, hands might be down or with blocks, or feet flat, hands to heart. Squeeze your shoulder blades so that your chest starts to open up and the crown of your head lifts towards the sky, making space between the tail and the head. And elbows and knees lightly pressing together, feeling some activity through the whole body here again. Close the eyes if that's comfy. See if you can lift up and out of your hips just a little bit, maybe a few centimeters. Sitting in the heat here. Breath in, breath out. Inhale, exhale. Hands come down, start to lift the hips up slowly, turn the toes forward and take a gentle fold over the thighs. A moment here, hanging forward, breath in, breath out. Feet back to hip width, hands to shins, lift up halfway, inhale. And exhale, forward fold. Then the knees rise to stand, palms together overhead, and hands to heart center. Eyes are open as you start to find something to look at towards the ground. Find the weight in the right foot. Hands can start at heart center. Inhale, left knee to chest. Exhale, slowly guide the heel back. Warrior 3. Now we've been here before. If you'd like to play, start to sweep the hands back for aeroplane pose. Palms down, shoulder blades together, maybe point the left toes, lift the heel. Right knee might bend a little bit or a lot. And find a flying back bend. Hold one more breath in. Stay for the exhale. I'm going to take the left toes to the back of the mat and then open up Warrior 2. Land the heel, arms open, gazes forward. Settle in, big breath in. Slow breath out. Okay, take the eye gaze towards the top right-hand corner of the mat and beyond. Start to lean the weight into the right foot. Take a breath in and then open up into a star facing the left on an exhale. Half moon. So the right hand might grab a block or might come down towards the ground. Left foot is up at hip height and left hand's reaching up towards the sky. Looking down tends to be our best bet for the wobbles. And you can always play with the angle of your top foot, your left toes. Okay, it might help you find a little bit more steadiness, a tricky shape. Now you can stay as you are. If you'd like to play with sugarcane pose, bend your left knee, reach the left hand for the outer ankle, and then let the hip and the thigh open to the left. But again, just a bit of awareness in the belly. So lengthen through the low back and let the left shoulder open too. So Ardha Chapasana, half sugarcane, full sugarcane. Might want to bend the right knee a little bit, keep the gaze on something unwavering, and then the right hand will reach behind the body, also look for the ankle, and then open up the chest towards the left. Breath in, breath out. If you're in sugarcane, in the right hand down toward the ground or a block, and then half moon, extend out again. Okay, big breath in. And exhale, take it to warrior two, landing gently. Inhale to reverse triangle, this time straighten that right leg, take the right arm up. And exhale, cartwheel the hands all the way down to frame your right foot. Looking to your fingers, take a breath in and step the left foot up. Exhale, half lift, breath in. Exhale to fold. Bring your left hand beneath your face. You could use a block here too. And we'll bend the left knee and inhale the right hand up to the sky to twist and just find a little bit of sweet relief for the outer right hip and leg. Stay your half bind with the right arm, wrapping the arm behind you, looking for your left waist or inner thigh. You can push your right hip back a little bit. You can bend the knee even more and wrap the right shoulder back in space. Okay, last breath in. You can take the right hand back to the sky and fold. Exhale. Bend the knees, begin to rise up. Hands up, palms together, inhale. And hands to heart center, exhale. Opening up the eyes and finding something steady to look at. Start to shift the weight into your left foot. Hands to heart, inhale, right knee up. And exhale to warrior three. Right heel back, crown of head forward. Now hands can come straight down for blocks. Okay, or come along for airplane pose. Sweep the hands back, palms down. Point the right toes, maybe lift from the heel a bit more, lift from the heart. Left knee might want to bend. Try and extend long toe to crown of head, like a cobra in the chest. Breath in, breath out. Okay, warrior two, right foot back of the mat, then land the heel, open up through the chest, facing towards the left, and then turn the gaze forward. Hey, inhale to reverse, left arm reaches up and back, and exhale to warrior two. Take the eye gaze to the top left hand corner of the mat and beyond. Start to lean into the left foot, breath in, and open up into half moon, exhale. So left hand could come to a block or down towards the ground if you don't have any props. Or to challenge, we hover in space. And a kick out strongly through your top leg. Looking down, again, tends to be our best bet here. Really expanding the body in all directions. It's helpful to have your left hand and any supportive props a little further out to the left. If you're coming along for half sugarcane first, bend the right knee. Right hand reaches for the outer ankle. You can flex the foot, start to open up through the thigh and the chest, but keep awareness in the core. Tail drives under a bit. Might have a micro bend in your left knee. Sugarcane, full sugarcane. Take your time. Left hand reaches behind, looking for the ankle as well. And then try and open up towards the right once again. Everything needs to work together. Try and keep it playful. Okay, if you're in full sugarcane, take the time. Left hand might come to a block or the floor. Open up into half moon, breath in. And then land warrior two, exhale. Inhale to reverse triangle, straighten the left leg, take the left arm up. And exhale, hands cartwheel down, frame your left foot. Look towards your fingertips, lean forward as you breathe in and step the feet together at the top of the mat. Exhale, fold. Lift halfway, breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Bring the right hand beneath the face, and you can use a block for this as well. Bend the right knee, inhale, take the left hand up to the sky. Twist the heart open to the left, straighten out the left leg a little bit or a lot. Pushing the hip back, you can find a half bind if that's your preference, rolling the top shoulder back. Finding a stretch for the outer left hip and all the way down the outer leg. Last breath, left hand can reach back up. Inhale and release to fold. Exhale. Plant the palms, step into plank pose, one foot and then the other, and pop the knees down. Shoulder heads forward on the breath in. Lower halfway down on the belly, exhale. Inhale to a back bend of choice, upward facing dog or baby cobra. And exhale into your downward facing dog. We'll come forward for pigeon pose. Bring your right knee to land behind your right wrist and hand, and your foot and ankle over to the left hand side, and walk your left toes back as far as they'll go. So you can use a block under the right hip or any other support you might have available. Take an inhale to lift the chest, and an exhale to come forward any amount, with or without blocks. Forearms, or all the way down, bringing the chest towards the earth. You might rest your head onto your hands like a crocodile pose. If this shape creates any discomfort or pain in the knees or the hips or anywhere else, you can roll onto the back and try a supine figure 4. And we'll stay here for around 5 long breaths. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders to lift up through your chest. Tuck the back toes under and just slide the right leg out, and we'll come back into a down dog. You can find any counter movement, a little shake out there through your right leg, or take the leg up and open the hip into a scorpion tail. Just another breath, and we'll take it over to the left. Bring the left knee forward and land it behind your left hand and wrist, and the foot and ankle over to the right. And walk the right toes back as far as they'll go. You might use a block or another prop to support your left hip. Take a breath in as you lift your chest up, and exhale to begin to come forward any amount. Things might feel a little different on this side. They might look a little different on this side. Okay, just find a place that feels comfortable for you and settle into breath for the next 5 rounds. Hands under the shoulders to lift up through the chest. And again, pick up the right knee, just slowly unthread the legs, take the left foot back into down dog. You can give it a shake out or open up into a scorpion tail, find a breath. And then left foot comes to meet the right, drop the knees down. Take a seat off to one side, bring the legs out in front of you. Plant the soles of the feet. Reach the hands forward. Inhale as you sit up nice and tall, and exhale to roll down onto the back. You can hug the knees in when you get there. You might draw some circles, taking the knees wide and then back together again. Change direction. And bring the feet down to the mat, take them wide, knees up to the sky, and just go for a tick-tock of the knees from left to right. And then bring the knees up towards the sky and bring your feet in underneath your knees. And push into the feet to send your hips slightly over to the right-hand side of your mat. Then take the left leg out long and hug the right knee into the chest. Take a breath in. Then guide the right thigh across the body towards the left-hand side. You can use a prop underneath your right knee, or it can hover off the mat. Take the arms either out wide into a T shape or a cactus shape with bent elbows. And you might turn your head towards the right-hand side. If this twist feels a little bit too intense, just try stacking your knees on top of one another, over towards the left. 5 rounds of breath. Carefully unravel and push into the feet again to send the hips over to the left-hand side of the mat. Take your right leg long and hug the left knee in towards the chest now. Find a breath in and guide the left thigh across the body as you exhale for your twist. You could use props underneath your left thigh or just have it hovering and arms either opening up into a T shape or a cactus shape. And remember, you can choose to simply stack your knees over to the right-hand side as an alternative option. You might like to roll your head towards the left. 5 rounds of breath. Carefully unravel and just re-center the hips this time. Hug the knees in towards you. Give yourself one more cuddle. You can wrap the head up to the knees. Might feel nice there to stretch through the back. And then lay the back down once again as we prepare for our final rest. You can elongate your legs, taking up space on the mat. Arms beside you, palms up towards the sky. And closing down the eyes. Big breath in. Long breath out. Inhale to the top. At the top, squeeze in a second inhale. And then let it go out the mouth. 3 more. Vagal reset technique. Big breath in. Squeeze in another, and out the mouth. Inhale 1, 2, release. Inhale 1, 2, Release. For good measure, last one. Inhale. Inhale. And release. Letting go now of all conscious breath. Feeling the body heavy, the breath soft. Shavasana. beginning to notice again sounds and sensations. Connecting again with breath. Giving the fingers and toes a little wiggle. You might like to bring a hand onto belly and a hand onto chest. Take a few conscious breaths in this way. And move and stretch in any way that feels good, preparing to find your way up into a comfortable seat. You can spend time on the side of the body. Once you have found your way up, you can close the eyes again and bring the hands either to Anjali Mudra in front of the heart, two palms meeting in prayer, or stack the hands over the center of the chest. Bring the chin down toward the chest and the heart up toward the chin. Take a moment again in acknowledgement of yourself, your space. And then a bow towards each other as a gesture of gratitude. Namaste.